talking. Okay.
Yeah. So after last week, whatever it was, I could really feel the tension. That was a big goal to say that I could do 50K a month. And so what did I do? I don't know. I was like moving all over the room, deep breathing, trying to get rid of all this tension in my body, but just went with it, kind of like in fun, as if I was dancing, but breathing it away. I'm just
Yes.
sharing honestly, I haven't really probably only ever done that once in my life before, but anyway, so it was a good setup. And then it was almost like, and I felt very emotional that day. Oh my gosh. Like that really took me off guard. And then it was like for the next few days, I think I forgot about it until 2 days ago. And even last night going, wow, because I went through my notes again. I did journal a little bit, but it was like I forgot. I don't know if that's good or bad. But not as much as I had sort of planned to. But don't get me wrong, I would think about it in the days and use just that visual, positive, um, embracing the feeling of it feeling good is what I'm trying to
Right.
say.
Yeah.
So it definitely came into mind for sure. And I do journal at night, so I've been doing that too. Meaning,
Yeah.
what am I trying to say? I didn't journal. Oh, whatever. Doesn't matter. I've been working on it and thinking about it. So,
Amazing. Yeah. So I think what's probably happening, I don't know for sure, but I think what's probably happening is that when we say we forget about it, it's because it's so big that sometimes our body is just like, and our brain is just like, okay, let's set this down for a minute. I think it's
right.
normal to have
Yeah.
that experience. And the other thing is that I love that you were really like moving your body. So the different ways that we move our bodies actually how we regulate our nervous system with big things, right? And again, like I use
Mm-hmm.
this analogy a lot where people win the lottery and they spend all their money because it's so hyperactive in their body. So you kind of saw firsthand like what that hyperactivity feels like and what we're really
Mm-hmm.
working to regulate. So if you do get it, or when you do get it, it feels natural and normal and you don't freak out, right? That's what's happening. That's why your brain's like kind
Yes.
of doing what it's doing because
Yes.
it's like, okay, like I don't feel safe to have this right now and I don't feel safe to hold it, so I'm just not going to allow it. So it's normal, I think, to have those kind of like up and downs and remember not. And the truth is that as you move towards it, it'll become more more in the forefront, but you'll notice it'll feel, I want to be mindful about how I say this because it will feel more organic. You're like, okay, this is the next step. Like, this is the what I want to work on. But that doesn't mean it'll feel easy, if that makes sense.
Right.
Like, it'll be a
Right.
priority probably, but it
Mm-hmm.
might still feel a little bit like, which is normal. And the reason that I do this and the way that I do it is because we've been doing work so long on like smaller numbers, not small numbers, but smaller numbers.
Yeah.
If you get to this point where I say, okay, like here's a really big number. How do you feel about that? That's really going to bring up all the stuff because
Mm-hmm.
our brains are so cute. It's like, oh, well, I've dealt with that already. I've dealt with that already. But really, in reality, it's like, well, I dealt with it on that level.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah. And so just to normalize all of that. And then today's session is really about, I love how you've like set yourself up for this because it really is going into, we call it like the wish fulfilled, like already that it's done. But more than that, it's about feeling like it's done and like you planted your seed and it's growing and
Mm-hmm.
there's nothing really, and I'm not going to say nothing that you need to do, but like that it's working in the background. There's something
Right.
about
Right.
it's similar to like prayer. Like, okay, I've prayed, it's being taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
I placed my order at Amazon, it's being taken care of. Doesn't
Right.
mean that we don't
Right.
ever look at it ever again, but there's this feeling of, okay, I did that. And so you'll start to
Yeah.
notice how if it feels safe. And then what
Yeah.
happens is, oh, in this process, it feels really safe and it's going to start wiring, oh, this big number actually means
Mm-hmm.
safety versus equals fear or being scared or whatever the other story is, the hyperactivity.
Yeah. Yeah. And now that you mentioned that, when I would think about it, like say I was driving and feel that hyperactive feeling, I did what you reminded me of. I sort of listed in my head. But that's okay because with that kind of money, I will have tools to get extra support,
Yeah.
right? One-on-one coaching as much as I like. Like it's okay, cute little brain, right? Could
Yeah,
travel
exactly.
more with my husband and get R&R and connection and really feed myself and fill myself in the ways that I need. So it's okay. It's okay.
Did that
That's how
help
I feel.
you?
I think so. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
help
do.
like calm it down. The other thing that
Yes, it
I
helps
like,
calm it.
yeah, the other thing I like to tell people, but I'm mindful of telling people is like if you drive a lot, like tapping while you drive, you
Yes,
know,
I've done that
because it's
too.
when
Yeah,
we think, right? It's when we're thinking, it's like, oh, I'm thinking this, let's just tap that out, right? And the other
exactly.
thing that might be like a little bit of like a more advanced level is starting to look at it as like almost like a gift because it's like, oh, thank you
Mm.
so much for popping in to share this with me. So now I know what to prioritize, or now I get to remind myself how supported I am, or to make time to have this connection with my husband,
Oh,
because it really
yeah.
is a gift. It really is just trying to show you. A lot of times we have judgment around it, and that's why it's so hard to
Yes.
integrate versus being like, oh, thank you for that information. I had forgotten. Thank you for like
Right.
making me carve out time to connect with people or get other support that I actually either way deeply desire, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like kind of
Mm-hmm.
like molding it in that way will also really help. Again, like find what works for you, but I usually just being able to find what we usually have um
Yes.
as like sorry, as a judgment, and being like, oh, actually I don't have to
Mm.
judge, this is actually for my benefit.
Yeah. And I feel like I've become so much even more aware of my judgments. And now I hear everybody else's too. And I'm like, whoa, there's just a
And
new awareness.
I want to be very, very honest with you. It can be a bumpy road when you start to be that aware, because it's good, but then you start to realize like people that you like, or people that
Mm-hmm.
you like, it just be like, even right now, like I'm being around a lot of people that I knew from the past, or I'm meeting new people, and I'm
Mm.
hyper aware of when people come in a certain way, and I'm like, ooh, that doesn't feel good. And then I like
Yeah.
can get into my brain a little bit about it and be like, oh my gosh, I'm never gonna find like a group of friends. Like I'm too, I've evolved to the point where I can't even just enjoy it. But then again, I
Yep.
calm myself down. I'm like, it's okay. This is just new. Your brain will always start to
Right.
freak out when something's new because it's so
Right.
not familiar. And I just have to remind
Yep.
myself that there, because what it is really is the limiting part of our brain that's like looking at things from a very limited perspective is like, oh, well, I only have these friends, and if I can't connect with them, I'll never have another friend. But the truth is, it's like there's so many people we can be friends with. We don't have to keep like
Yeah.
in the same circles, and the people that we are really meant to have in our lives will be open to those conversations and stuff like that. But I know, and it's I just want to be honest about that. It can
Yeah.
be a little jarring at the beginning, and to just
Okay.
be mindful
Hmm.
about that, and just to be like to stay on it, not necessarily to release it all at once because it's going to take time, but to just remember that it's what I say is I'm just like, this is just new. It's my brain freaking out. And so it's
Hmm.
okay that I feel so jarred by this, because my brain's just, what your brain is trying to literally do is understand where you fit in relevant to all these other
Yes.
people.
Yes.
That's why it feels that way. And so it's
Yep.
like, okay, it's just new. Right. And when I remind myself of that, it helps a lot.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah. Okay. Are you ready to dive in?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just pulling this up. Yeah, so really with the intention, and you may want to take this time for a second to set your intention of
Sure.
like really connecting with this desire. So for you, it's,
Hmm.
the desire of 50K months. It's the desire of having your house and your land, like all this life that you desire, right? Connecting
Hmm.
with that and feeling as if it's already here, but also letting it feel really natural and normal and easy. That's the intention of this. Because the more natural and normal and easy it feels, the more our brain's going to let us experience it.
Okay. I'm just writing it out.
Yeah, of course.
And maybe then I'll close my eyes and visualize. I also wanted to add, tell me what you think of this. So
Yeah.
since I started journaling, I'm using cursive. All these years I've printed really quickly. Like I always had messy handwriting as a kid. And then when I went to high school, I just started printing everything. It was faster and university, etc. But just for this exercise, because I know it's good for the brain to use the cursive, right? And so I have been. And now I've started going more slowly on purpose because it's almost like I'm trying to love the letters, make them beautiful, because I want all those feelings of love to be there. I wanted to ask you about that. Do you think that's kind of
Yeah.
a thing, like
It
to
is a
really,
thing. So there's actually called something that I've actually trained in, and I've thought about doing a training in it.
oh,
We'll see. But I can't,
uh-huh.
what's the something ography? I can't remember
Mm,
I don't know. But it's how we rewire the brain based on how we write. And
no
so
way.
and so, like, for example, like with your T's, So if you go in and you write something on your paper with the letter T or anything that
Sure.
needs a cross and just write it.
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
And then just let me know when that's done.
Okay.
Yeah. So your T bar, is it high or low?
Middle.
Middle. Okay. So you can actually, so the higher your T bar is, the more confident you are. So if you can train your
Mm.
brain to always do a high T bar, it will actually rewire your brain for that. So
Wow.
that's why you have this feeling of there's other ones too. Like I don't remember all of my training with it, but there is a thing with cursive and how we loop things. So when we loop things,
Yeah.
it has to do with
Yeah.
finishing a thought. Like instead of just
Right.
going to the next part, it's like I want to savor this and I'm going to finish it and it's complete and now I can move on to the next.
Yes.
That's what
The
that represents
savoring.
to your brain.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's
feel like I
totally a
sensed
thing.
that.
And so, and
Really.
I love your self-awareness of like, I don't know why, but I desire to do this. So that's what I'm going to do. Trust that, honor that. It's part of you
Mm-hmm.
trying to communicate with you of how to wire this in. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's really, really cool that we can do this. Like that we can, different things mean different things in the way that we write our letters. And so we can
Yeah.
rewire that. And so I don't remember all of it. I do remember the closed loops. I also remember like the T bars or anything that needs something at the top of it. Like the higher
Mm-hmm.
it is, like the better.
Nice.
And so now,
Nice.
because I know that you've said confidence in the past, so now you have a little hack to.
Exactly.
And also, like I'll do it, and I'll just notice because my handwriting changes so much based on my state, and so
Me too.
my handwriting gets really sloppy when I'm really dysregulated. It's like, okay, I
Mm.
need to slow down and I need to be more present,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'll be more open. Or if I meditate, and then I'll go back and write the same thing, and my letters are just more clear and open. You know.
Nice.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's also a good way to be like, oh, I'm feeling not very confident today. Can I just like write that again?
Yeah, exactly. I love it. Okay, I'll just take a quiet minute and think of my
Yeah.
goal. Okay.
So I just want you to close your eyes and we're just going to start finding a comfortable position.
Hey, hang on. I got to put the fan on. It's getting too hot.
It is so hot here. I can't believe I'm doing my call outside, but it's so cold in the house that I have to. Because I'm used to like
Okay.
tropical weather. So I'm like, yeah.
I
Okay.
know.
So just get comfortable, finding a comfortable position and
Yep.
knowing that you can adjust. What I'd like you to do is I'd like you to actually initially keep your eyes open for just a second.
Okay. Yep.
I'd like you to look at something above your computer screen. So we've done this before. It's like in front where you kind of roll your eyes up, so you're looking at something like above your awareness. And so your head is straight, but your eyes are rolled up just a little bit. And
Sure.
your eyes won't feel super like comfortable, and that's normal. Like they're almost strained a little bit, and that's exactly where they should be.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yeah. And just imagine that you're staring at that spot like you could almost like see through it. Like you're doing it intensely, but you're also like doing it in like a loose and relaxed way. Like your eyes might feel strained, but your face and your body feels really relaxed.
Okay.
And just continue to look at that spot, and your eyes might flutter. There we go, flicker, and that's totally normal. And just start to take easy, deep breaths through the nose and slowly out through your mouth. Just taking time to slowly and deliberately fill your lungs with every breath, easily and gently as the air flows out. And just keep staring. And you'll notice that as you breathe and as you keep staring, your eyes will flutter. They might feel tired and heavy. And just know that you can close them down whenever feels right for you. And just keep with your breath. Imagine even each breath that you exhale to just relax your mind and your body, clearing out any thoughts or feelings or concerns. As if you could just allow yourself to breathe and relax with each exhale, almost like just letting go of air in a balloon. With the next breath, as you exhale, allowing your eyes to close if they haven't already. And I want you to imagine now, almost like the way that you'd fill a water bottle. Imagine that you are filling yourself with beautiful, soothing, and healing light. Imagine this light flows through the top of your head and gently fills your body from the bottom of your feet to the top of your head with the most amazing, soothing, comforting light. The light can be whatever color is right for you. And just feel that light soaking into every nerve, every cell and atom of your body, your mind, and your being. And notice any part of your body that perhaps could use a little more of that light. And imagine those areas softening, loosening, and opening up to receive even more of that beautiful light. And I want you to imagine or to allow yourself to experience any negativity, any limitations, anything that doesn't belong, anything that does not serve the highest good or the best outcome for you. Imagine it as if that light could just draw it out of your mind, draw it out of your body, out of your cells, out of your organs, out of your nerves, out of every fiber of your being. That light just absorbing and transmuting anything that's no longer serving you. And this light just absorbs it all, takes it all away. That's right. Maybe notice how it changes in color. Maybe it changes in temperature, or otherwise it absorbs all the stuff that does not belong. And then imagine it can just drain out through the bottom of your feet. So anything that's left that no longer serves you, just imagine it flowing out from the bottom of your feet and that light just lighting up every part of your body, leaving behind the cells, organs, nerves, and every part of your body, leaving you and your being feeling refreshed and rejuvenated. And now, with that light once again, I want you to notice that your brain and your body feels more refreshed. Maybe you notice it feels renewed and that you have more space and more capacity to receive even more of that light. As it fills you up, it fills up your heart, your mind, and every part of your body, every part of your being. And notice how you notice these changes taking place in your body. Notice how your body signals to you that this is good. That's right. And now let us shift our attention to your mind. I want you to imagine now. Let's call it the thought box. So there's a thought box, and I want you to just imagine this box or container where you can place any thoughts that are intrusive, anything in your mind right now that you want to put aside until later. Maybe there's images, maybe there's symbols, maybe it's words, maybe it's just a sense of something. Whatever it is that you no longer want and you just want to put it aside until later, you can just put it in that box now. Imagine putting all those thoughts, all those experiences in that container. Let's imagine that there's a way that you can lock the box and take the key with you, knowing that you can release these thoughts anytime that you wish. As this box or container allows you to decide what stays in your mind for now. Good. Now I'm going to count from the number 10 down to the number 0. And the beautiful thing is with every number that I count down from the number 10 to 0, I want you to notice you can allow yourself to drift maybe twice as deep, or maybe 5 times, or even 10 times deeper into comfort, calm, and peace with every single number. Beginning with the number 10, drifting down deeper and deeper with every breath and every beat of your heart to the number 9, noticing how your body knows exactly what to do, as if that same magnificent part of you that knows how much air you need as you breathe, how deep, how fast to breathe, noticing there's a part of you that already knows. It already knows exactly how to take you deeper into this moment to 8 as the outside world drifts and fades from becoming more aware of the world within you. 7, noticing how good it feels to just let go. 6, imagining wonderful waves of comfort gently spreading from the top of your head all the way down to the bottom of your feet. And then all the way from the bottom of your feet back up to the top of your head to every single atom. Inviting every part of you, noticing that there's so much further that you can go. 4, noticing those changes, sensations in your body that let you know you're going deeper, calmer, more peaceful. 3, that's right. 2, 1, and all the way down to 0. The beautiful state where the mind and the body become one, and your powerful, creative, unconscious mind becomes open and receptive to your goals and your desires. And here within your limitless creative imagination, find yourself in a peaceful place that you may see or think of, or simply know that it's there. And just imagine this peaceful place has a safe and comfortable spot where you can rest, drift, drift off to a kind of sleep, like a dream within a dream. And as you know, within dreams, we are free. We are free to create. We are free of conditions. And so, here within this dream, as your body rests peacefully here, renewing and recharging, replenishing and balancing perfectly, allow your consciousness, your very essence of who you are, to safely and easily rise beyond this time and space, free of any perceived conditions of the world, where the present is merely the manifestation of the past thoughts, feelings, beliefs, and actions. So let us rise beyond that to another place, a special place where limitless possibilities exist. Take a nice, deep breath, and as you release it, allow yourself to open now to a deeper awareness of who you are. Noticing what there is to notice here in this limitless place. Perhaps a place beyond places, perhaps a time beyond time. And I wonder here, beyond limitations, who are you? As you start to become aware of the thought, why am I here? Allow yourself to receive an epiphany now. As you open your senses to receive, to become the observer, observing through any or all of your senses what there is to notice. Just who are you really in this limitless place? And why are you here? Notice what is the most important for you to create. Now, from this place of knowing, limitless possibilities exist to be, do, or have the outcome that you desire. And as you breathe, allow yourself to drift and dream freely to different outcomes. Allow yourself to drift and dream to different outcomes, to your desires, experiencing the outcome of your desires, goals, and dreams, to try them on, to see how each of them fit. I want you to notice that part of you knows where to go and what to do. We are not looking at how to get there. We are just experiencing the outcome now. And allow yourself to assume the feeling of the wish already fulfilled, drifting into the feeling of the wish fulfilled now. Maybe there's a special desire, goal, purpose, or outcome. Drift into it now. That sweetest moment at the realization of it, a moment where you know this is your creation, that you are the creator, that you can create whatever you desire. That's right. Feel that knowing that this is your creation and it's only outside of you because we have to create it inside of you first. Allow yourself to be there now and to know what you can create anything you desire. And allow yourself to feel all doubts or limitations of the past, of who you used to be, fading, drifting, falling away. And know that you can return to this place of limitless possibilities where everything already exists, where everything is possible, the purest form of potential, a place where you can return to at any time. And to know that this allows you to plant the seeds now of your deepest desire, knowing fully that they will grow into everything that you desire and feel, that knowing that this will grow. And just notice, where do you feel that knowing within you? Where do you feel that knowing and that expansion? Where do you feel it in your body to know that this is your reality, that you can have it? Where do you feel that? Notice it, allow it, and to know that this is within you. What if what you desire so much is only because there's a part of you that already has it in this limitless field of potential? And it's trying to show you what's available for you. And know this is simply who you truly are. That's right. And now allow your consciousness, your awareness to drift easily and gently back into that deeply relaxed, peaceful body. In that peaceful place where we stay safely, just notice that you feel rejuvenated, as if your very DNA has aligned with the highest and best self and the best outcomes. And those pieces of DNA that needed to be turned off have been turned off. Those pieces of DNA that needed to be turned on have now been activated. And those that just needed to be adjusted, well, that's happened too. Feel the changes in your body as you sense that now your body has become a container capable of receiving more, capable of receiving everything you desire, and also feels safe to have what you want. More than perhaps you've ever dared to dream or imagine. And from a place of knowing this truth now, gently, slowly, and comfortably bring your attention back to the room that you're physically occupying now. Return to an awareness of your breath, excited to see those seeds that have already started to grow and to know that they are growing perfectly within you now. And as we hold and trust in those seeds, the path is then revealed step by step. And in a moment, I'm going to count from the number 1 up to the number 10. With each number, you will feel your body filling with energy, filling with a wonderful sense of renewal, a wonderful sense of knowing now that something profound has shifted. So that when I reach the number 10, you'll be fully alert and awake, feeling rested, refreshed, whole, complete, and fantastic. And so let's begin with the numbers 1, 2, 3. Feeling that energy rising in your body as if every single cell and atom now is vibrating at a new frequency. The frequency of that desire manifesting into your reality now. All possibilities are open to you. 4, 5, 6. Really feeling that energy ramping up to a perfect level for you. feeling rested, feeling renewed, feeling revitalized, as if every part of you is tuned into a new channel, a new station, a new frequency to 7, 8, and 9, enjoying these last few moments as you become aware of the support of the surface beneath you, knowing you are always supported. And when and only when you are ready, taking a nice deep breath and rising up to the number 10. And when you're ready, opening your eyes, feeling alive and refreshed. Welcome back to a new version of you, to a new version of this that you call reality. How did that feel?
Very peaceful.
Yeah.
And I think it was the first time that I was just really in it and less words and thoughts, which was really nice.
That's exactly where you're supposed to be. So, and it's probably just, first of all, different people's brains work differently, but also it's becomes with, I think what's probably happening, it's like, oh, this really works. Look at all this crazy stuff that's happening. And so when you start to have this belief of like, this is working, you try a lot less harder to make it happen. And you're like, oh, I can just be in the experience. That's the
Yeah, it's almost
intention.
like I felt the sense of trust between
Yeah.
us. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I mean, this is just something that, with any like hypnotist or even the kind of coaching I do, obviously, like when I work with people one to one, it happens a lot faster, but I see it all the time. Like sometimes there's a lot of resistance up front, and then they're starting to see like what I'm saying is real and that they're seeing results. And then all of a sudden they're like, okay. And I can literally just say a word and they're like, so now that you know what that feels like, that's the intention. It shouldn't be like you're translating it into, oh, I'm seeing this or that. It's just is like
Yeah.
it almost feels
Yeah.
like everything I say is like spoken into your thought process. Like it's weird. That's the best way I
Yes.
can describe it for people that have never experienced it. But that's amazing that you got to experience that. And so when
Yeah.
that happens, that means that your unconscious and subconscious are just drinking it up, and they're doing the changes that need to be made because your conscious brain is just trusting. And so
Yeah.
know that that's enough, that you don't, I mean, yes, you can
Yes.
do like little things in between, but
Yeah.
that was
But I
enough
can
for your
just
brain.
trust.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I totally get what you're saying.
Yeah. Amazing. So the
Yeah, that
intention
was
here is just to check in with that big goal and
okay.
just see if you can attach it to that feeling of trust, and also that
Mm-hmm.
it's being done, and that it
Mm-hmm.
feels safe and normal in your
Mm-hmm.
body.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. But just checking in, right? In
Check
between
in.
calls to be
Yes.
like, because there's
Yep.
going to be times like, especially if you have like a dip, like where people aren't
For
commenting or
sure.
not making sales, that's when you check
Yeah.
in, because that's where the
Yes.
magic happens, is when, oh, okay, something dipped, but I still feel like this is going to happen. And all of a sudden
Yeah.
it just will, because you didn't dip out. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Totally.
Amazing. Well, I'm glad this was supportive for you. I'm excited to see
Yes.
what
Thank
else
you.
happens for you. And actually, I went to send this to you. I'll send it to you right now, but I screenshotted. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Somebody on my Instagram, and I meant to send it to you. It says, yesterday I had a Zoom meeting with someone making $800,000 a month with a $40 offer.
Whoa.
If you think that you can't do it, you can.
Right. That's
But
amazing,
I
right? But
wanted to send that to you of like, it is possible. That's a
there's so many people in
$40
the world.
offer.
Yeah. Yeah. There's so many
So
people in
I'll
this
send that
world.
to you so you have it. And also, I
Sounds
really
good.
like her. I don't know if you'd ever like, I don't like, she's a coach, but anyways, I don't know
Hmm.
exactly like if she's, I don't know. I've recently found her and I really like her, but I saw that and I was like, I
Yeah.
need to send that to Heather because she needs to bank
Yeah.
evidence that that's possible. Like you're like, oh, how is that going to happen? And I'm like, there are people making way more money at a way lower, thing. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'll send that to you now. Oh, and then one last thing. I reached out to
Hmm.
your people and they were so sweet. They're like, oh, who referred you? We want to say hi to them. Um, I can't remember the question I was going to ask you. I was going to ask you a question about them, but I can't remember. If I remember, I'll send you a message. But I just sent you the screenshot so you have it, because I want you to like post it. I want you to be able to see it and be like, this is possible. I
Oh,
mean,
and when
maybe
you say my
100.
people, did you mean my virtual assistant or who did you mean?
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
the people that do your Kajabi, or do you call them a VA? Is that who it is?
Yeah, yes,
Yeah.
yeah, my VA.
Yes.
That's her name's Junie, right? Junie?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I
Yes,
finally
yes.
reached out to her. She was on my calendar to get stuff finally moved over because I thought about going back to Heartbeat, but they've actually changed the pricing structure to where you have to pay a percentage of each person that signs on, and I'm not okay with that.
Mm,
And but I have the same thing. Like I already have a platform that includes something like that. It's like basically like school, and it's free.
yes,
I just there's too much on the back end. It's like Kajabi. It's just
I
too big.
get it.
Okay, I need to
I
hire somebody
know.
to get all of this stuff over because I can see how much it's keeping me from selling and like doing the things I want to do because of the stupid like what
I
platform am I going
know.
to be on? So, anyways, I just wanted to share that and say thank you for that. They seem lovely. So I'm
Yeah,
excited to see what's going to happen
great.
from there.
Good. I
All
hope
right,
it
I'm
works
going to go
out.
take a nap, but
Okay,
thank
yes,
you so
you
much. And I'm sure I'll talk to you, but if not, I'll see you next week.
okay. Hope you feel better.
Thank
Thank you so
you.
much.
You're welcome.
Okay,
Bye.
bye.